Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Midrank Madness. This is a game between ATOY and HyperBeTTa on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is HyperBeTTa. I wonder if that's intended to be HyperBeTTa, but 2 T's makes it beta, so... And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is ATOY. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Alrighty then, so this is from, according to the loading screen, the finals of a 1v1 gold level tournament held on the Battle.net client. So this should be pretty excellent for gold level, and I'm very excited to cast this game. If you too want to submit a replay to Midrank Madness, go ahead and submit it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Midrank Madness. I will send what I get to my screeners. They will send me back the very best ones, and I will cast them. That's how this works. I apologize. I really haven't had the time to respond to each and every submission I've been getting recently. There have been a lot. And so again, I really am not I'm not trying to make you guys mad. I am getting them. I'm getting lots of responses and I appreciate that. But we're going to go ahead and just assume that I really appreciate your submission. HyperBeTTa says, "Where are you from, California?" says ATOY. And oh, it is a proxy hatch. Yes, proxy hatch from HyperBeTTa. Loving this. Pool first. In a proxy hatch. We did see this, I think, in an Into the Void a couple of weeks ago. It was a proxy hatch here on this very map, and the Terran player made some incredible saves to come back and win that game. I mean, that was one of the better performances we've seen in Into the Void. So here it is, a Midrank Madness version of this particular strategy. The proxy hatch on the high ground, it's hard to scout. You have to send somebody right up to the top of this ramp to see it, which not many Terran players will do. The Overlord scouts it. Oh, Overlord going to get burned down by this Marine. The Marine, some pretty good micro there, actually, getting to a position where it can fire at it consistently instead of follow fire, follow fire, follow fire. I'm not sure if there's enough DPS to actually burn it down all the way. It will be very, very low on health, but it should be able to make it out of the main base. And no, Marine number 2 going to finish it off. Run! Run, Overlord, run! You can do this thing. Nope, not going to do it. Marine number 2 setting up in a kill position. Very nicely done, and does get an Overlord. His buddy did most of the work, but hey, he gets all the credit with this number 1 next to his kills thing. HyperBeTTa says, cool, 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 you good. I'm not sure if that's sarcastic or not, but it does seem a little bit sarcastic. Roach Warren and another gas. What are you doing with double gas, Roach Warren? This is crazy. Also, why not just put your hatchery here so you can mine? Well, I don't know. I don't know. These are good questions for everybody to ask. Speed on the way for the Zerg player. Terran is just going lots of Marines. Possibly a tank here now that the factory. No, going to be a Hellion. What? Hellion off of a tech lab. Alright, that's weird. Maybe one Hellion and then... Alright, so one Roach shows up. Seems a little late. 3 minutes into the game. It's a little bit late for this Roach rush, but might be able to get up there, especially if it morphs into a Ravager, which it can do right here. 25 minerals, 75 gas. And 1 extra supply, or is that 1 total supply? 1 extra? I don't know. HyperBeTTa says, hello. Good day, mate. Sending some lings across the map. They soon will be quick lings. And that's a quick infernal pre-igniter, which is the blue flame upgrade for Hellions, making them do extra damage in general. So we'll have to see if this works out here. I mean, too many Hellions against this many Roaches is going to be a problem. But I like the number of Marines that are here too. They might come help with this. 2 bunkers being set up. Alright, it might be the time to go here for HyperBeTTa. Time to push on in with the lings, with the Roaches. Cancel the bunker. You can't save it. Cancel. Nope, doesn't cancel that one. Does cancel that one. That's pretty good. Good move there. Getting up this ramp is going to be impossible for the Zerg player. Get out. There are tanks. There are a ton of Marines. Back out. Exactly. Alright, so here's the thing. Yes, you are keeping the Terran on 1 base, but you're effectively on 1 base too because this isn't being used for mining at all. It's 24 to 21 workers right now. The Terran player is up. A Viking heading on out probably to kill some Overlords. There's nothing to kill except for this guy. And I guess that's another Overlord you could kill. Most of them are being popped out over here, which again, ATOY has no idea exists. So here comes a push with Marines, tanks. There are a lot, not a lot, like 6 Roaches and some Lings here. Infernal Pre-Igniter making quick work of those Lings, but the Roach is doing excellent against the Marines, burning them down very, very quickly, melting them down, I would say. Hellion dies too. And the siege tank going to be taken care of. So here it is, coming up the ramp. Now that the army is gone, there's a single tank. There's a lot of repairs happening here. Tank fire on the Roach is going to do an excellent, excellent job with that one. Boom! Throws the corpse over the supply depot, which is quite exciting here, but hard to burn down because, again, the repairs are excellent. They are very good at this point. So, unfortunately, this tank has all the kills in the world. 2-6. Gonna get 7 there. Possibly gonna take out one of these queens. I mean, a tank in this position, trying to come up a ramp as a Zerg, you better have a lot of units. And he keeps coming. He keeps going for it. HyperBeTTa says XCD. I'm not sure what the intent is there. Seems weird. Now that there are 2 tanks, though, finally taking an expansion as Beta. This Viking has no kills. ATOY's attention has been elsewhere at this point. APM for these players, around 100, I would say, for both of them. 93, 128, whatever. We're going to call it around 100. Overlords right here seem pretty vulnerable. Like a Viking flyby could really supply block HyperBeTTa pretty intensely. So hopefully that does not happen for the Zerg player. Terran player might be looking for it. Good Liberator opening here too. Spire on the way for HyperBeTTa. So it's a weird like 2.5 base. He is mining, basically long distance mining to this base. And here comes the Liberator. Liberator going to set up shop. Spore Crawler on the way, not ready to go yet. Are there no queens here at all? Run! Run, drones, run! Nope. 1 kill, 2 kills, 3 kills. One-shotting these workers like there's no tomorrow. Does get 5 kills. Now starting to kill larva, which really hurts the Zerg production. This base is completely locked down. Spore Crawler does get some shots off and does chase it off. You need more Spore Crawlers or you need queens or something to make this happen. The drones are playing hide and seek with the Liberator running back and forth between these 2 bases. These guys still long distance mining. The Terran's still on 1 base, although technically does have this orbital command. It could fly and land here. It does seem like something that our Terran player might want to do. The Spire's going to finish, which is good. And, oh, the Spire is hidden from ATOY. ATOY does not know that's there. Oh, right. Here we go. Queen, don't go up that ramp. Queen, don't go up that ramp. Okay, can see the circle. Trying to find an angle at which to hit this thing and can't do it. Sneaks through. Oh, but there's a tank. Oh, but there's a tank. Run. Queen is alive. Queen is alive and going to stab that Liberator. Get the heck out of there, which means these guys can come up the ramp now. But the creep spread is doing excellent. There it is. There's the liftoff. There's the land. And here comes the Liberator Viking combo here to shut down this little tiny mining operation on the left-hand side of the map. It is 25 to 21 total harvesters. There have been 5 drones killed thus far by that one single Liberator attack. Roaches with no upgrades whatsoever. Really can't get up that ramp with 3 tanks and a Liberator's playing the contain game, I guess. Queen dies to the Liberator. Now has 10 total kills, including larva hits. Viking being used to harass the drone line. Look at how bad that DPS is. Yeah, it's going to work, but it just takes a while. Look at this thing. 12 damage, weapon speed 0.71. And I mean, not horrendous, I guess, but HyperBeTTa says, haha, you locked down this base. Bad news for me. Tanks, Marines moving out. Oh, remember what I said about those Overlords? Remember what I said about those Overlords? That is a huge problem. A huge problem for the Zerg player. Liberator coming on out here. There's a Queen ready to rock, though. HyperBeTTa says, see ya, noob. Roaches getting some shots off there, too. No, Roaches backing on out. HyperBeTTa, are you leaving the game? I don't know. I haven't watched this game before. I'm not sure when it ends. Queen, you've got to kill that Liberator. Kill the Liberator, not the Hellion. Prioritize your targets. All right, might actually get it before the rest of these units show up. HyperBeTTa says, smiley face. Smiley face on that one. Queen completely gone. Viking trying to kill a hatchery all by its lonesome. It is now 29 to 18 total harvesters. Muta's coming out, though. Muta's on the way for HyperBeTTa, so might actually, these tanks are in a huge amount of trouble. All right, so the Lings get cleaned up. They try to assist with killing these tanks, but they're not in siege mode. Mutas do get rid of the tanks. Can he save the hatch, though, is the question. Damage being done, 25 damage per shot. Bam. Does save it with 100 hit points remaining. The Mutas should shut this base down immediately. HyperBeTTa gets the Mutas out just in time to save the day. Mutas, come down here. No. Don't go over here. There are Liberators. Liberators are scary. Oh, 1 Muta dies. This Marine Liberator combo, too strong, Mutas. I don't know if you could do this thing. I remember what I said about... Oh, all right. At least this base is unlocked. No, do not go over there. I've seen too many Muta deaths recently. Unnecessary Muta deaths is what I meant to say. Do come back down here. More Roaches coming up now. This game is tight. This is an intense gold level game here. So that's some more dead SCVs. 21 SCVs have been killed. Are you kidding? That's a lot of dead workers. That's more than I expected. So this base is going to get mined out, which is a problem because HyperBeTTa does still have that. Still has this. Still technically has this base that he is mining from. which seems odd, but hey, Roach is a little bit confused. They were sent to attack this, but forgot you have to knock down these rocks first. No big deal. Alright, so I feel like ATOY went from pretty much winning that game to the surprise Mutas ruining it for him, and now HyperBeTTa seems to be in a better spot. It's 23 to 22 workers, but like I said, this is horribly oversaturated. The income is definitely going to favor the Zerg player, and it is, as you can see in the top left, just because of the lack of workers. Although there's more here. Why did you leave that alone? I don't know. The Mutas, again, getting absolutely obliterated, I'm going to say. I'm going to use that word. Obliterated by these Liberators, doing 7 times 2 damage versus light, 14 damage per shot. Less damage versus non-light units now, as you can see here. They don't kill the Overlords quite as quickly, but it's still pretty darn fast. And it does supply block the Zerg player pretty efficiently. See, that's why your Overlords, I like to keep them close by. Anti-air defense, I also highly enjoy keeping them maybe out scouting, but HyperBeTTa is typing a lot. Another dead Muta here. No! He lives! He lives because he runs for his life. Any missile turrets over this way? No. But these Marines are mad. They will chase you down. They will absolutely do that thing. Roach is trying to sneak on in. Meanwhile, the Liberator is just setting up shop, locking down everything that HyperBeTTa has. Everything that is happening here. The Roaches do clean this up, though. This game... I don't know about this game, you guys. I mean, that is so many Liberators. Some mules in here to repair the injured Liberators. Look at that. Look at that. This base is up and running. I would just, I'd get so many Spore Crawlers if I was HyperBeTTa right now. But instead, going for Queens, which is fine. It's a fine choice, I would have to say. So, are we mined out yet? No, almost mined out. Another dead Muta because you insist on flying into Marines and Liberators. Couple Roaches trying to sneak on up here, and why are you going up that ramp? HyperBeTTa, do not go up that ramp. You can't do it. The repairs are too good. The tanks are too good. Don't do it. There it is. Backing on out now. The Queen wants to die, though. And ATOY obliges her, burning her alive. Liberators still pretty much have this locked down. Another dead Queen. How many Queens have died in this game? 6. 6 Queens have died so far in this game. Barely mining from there. Not mining at all from here. More Overlords dying. This long distance mining is all that HyperBeTTa has, but that's a little bit more, I think, than ATOY has. No, it's pretty even. Even to this point. So 100 minerals, 200 minerals, 100 minerals. Yeah, that's going to be gone very quickly. Very quickly indeed. This is nuts. I can't... yes. Good call here by ATOY pushing out. Sitting in your base would have meant instant death. Some Spore Crawlers coming up, but guess what? Marines and tanks don't care nothing about your Spore Crawlers. No siree. Cancel it? Nope, doesn't cancel it. This is a lot of dead drones. This is so many dead drones. 38, 42. Well played. There's the GG. GG from HyperBeTTa. ATOY is victorious. And today, Terran wins the game. That was a crazy one. Basically, Terran won that on one base. He had a second base for approximately 3.5 minutes. But just the Liberators, too much for HyperBeTTa to handle. Couldn't quite get out the Spore Crawlers necessary, or the Corruptors would have been very good too. The Mutas saved his life. Yes, I understand that. But once you saw this number of Liberators, you just had to pump out Corruptors, clean those out. I still think putting this up where you could actually mine from it efficiently would have been a big difference too, because both players spent their money fairly well, as we can see. It's just he wasn't really getting the income that he should have when that happens. So good effort there by HyperBeTTa, but ATOY pulls it off once again. Terran holds and wins the game after being basically cheesed by the Zerg player. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Midrank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. From order we find justice. Our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. I sense a soul. Soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Inshallah adu. The path of ascension is before us. Guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul. In search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. Search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. I sense a soul. Soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala adu. Kala rulas. Antaranas, Naslaran, Kinalatu. Casar di Templare, Daramanaka. Shara Sashina power to